Hello, welcome to year 300 of Killing Time, the show that never seems to die. It just takes really long naps. My name is Ayaz Akhtar, and with me, as always, he's the guy who orders many salads, including Cobb. The man who knows that some files on DVDs are VOB. Give it up for the one and only, Just Bob. Huh?
Hi, happy to be here. Happy to be here.
VOB. That was a good one. I like that one.
That was a good one. Well done.
This is the show that searches for entertainment that does not suck. And over the span of 300 years of episodes, we have found some garbage, and we have found some not so garbage, and then we found some awesome stuff. But today, we're going to be talking about a trailer. Yeah, it's been done. We're not going to watch the trailer live and go like, ooh, look at that. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. We don't do that. We don't react that way.
No.
We watch, we react, we talk about it. And you picked today's topic. And would you like to tell the audience what you picked?
We are going to discuss the trailer for Aquaman. And after watching it, I feel less than excited about this movie.
Okay.
Let's just say that. Yeah.
You know, so you're seeing the trailer right now in the B-roll, and it is something, and here's the scene where young Arthur is being picked on for being able to talk to fish, and then the scene behind him is reminiscent of the Finding Nemo cover, and you will see it momentarily.
There it is, except his eyes are glowing. Yeah,
eyes are glowing, and he's not a clownfish. So I'm not going to run the whole trailer, because Warner Bros. Has a tendency to be kind of interesting when it comes to their takedown notices. You know, we get the general idea. We get a voiceover. Dad was a lighthouse guy. Mom's a queen. Arthur's talking to fish. Of course, his brother wants to take over the world. Arthur's brother, here he is right there.
Bad guy.
Of course, he's the bad guy. Arthur's like, I'm no king. I'm reluctant. I'm always reluctant for some reason. Let's see.
Wait for it. Mira is coming. There she is.
She was right there.
You missed it, yeah.
There she is with her
again.
red hair. And she's very important because without her, Arthur wouldn't do spit. According to this.
Yeah. Wouldn't do much of anything. Yeah.
This movie's very blue, as I'm seeing.
Blue.
As you're seeing here, it kind of looks like Star Wars Episode 1. I want to say, where they go into the water. And this is the most interesting.
Very much so.
Most interesting part was right there. Director James Wan, who I have a lot of respect for. I think he's a great director. I think he's done great work.
That is the only good part of this entire trailer to me.
It's one of the few times I perked up because I'm listening and watching this thing, and I'm like, what is? Oh, okay, right. I remember he's on this. Maybe he'll do something with it. But in watching the rest of the trailer, and obviously trailers are cut much differently than the movies, hopefully, and the version that we're seeing here is maybe not close to the finished product because it comes out in December, the trailer was released in July, and it's September. So we haven't even seen a second trailer, which is a little strange, considering it's usually overload at this point.
Right.
It just... Oh, boy.
Yeah. Let me make a couple of choice observations. So we do see that they talk underwater without putting themselves in air bubbles.
Yep.
It's like it's regular air. That's good. Amber Heard looks like she's acting by reading a teleprompter. So we'll see how that goes. And he's playing Aquaman pretty much the same as he has before, like an extreme sports surfer dude.
Well, let me put up some of the audio so we can hear.
There was Black Manta. Manta. Don't forget him.
I'm going to go back to the B-roll, but it's going to be paused for a second, so please bear with us as we go to this. And I'm going to have the audio slightly up so you can hear the yeehaws.
I'm bringing the wrath of the seven seas with me.
We're here.
What are you doing? Wait.
You should have a parachute.
Redheads! You gotta love them.
Yeah, you know, if I never live to hear that scream again, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear my man. I don't want to hear yeehaw. I don't know where this Aquaman was raised, but
in a lighthouse.
Yeah, I guess so. So maybe he's got some. Maybe he watches a lot of '80s movies, and he's just like, "Oh, this is how you talk, right? This is exactly how it works." Oh man, some of the dialogue seems just already laughable. It's something like, I call it an ass whooping. You think you're unworthy to lead because you're of two different worlds, but that is why you are worthy.
Doesn't she say something like, "You're at your best when you don't think"?
Yeah, that's what you want in a hero.
Yeah, I like stupid heroes.
And a king. So
yeah, and a king. Yeah, I really, I want to.
Wait, didn't Marvel do a warrior king guy who was somewhat reluctant to be in that position this year in February? It wasn't. It had a different color to it. It wasn't really like as blue, but
No. You must be mistaken. No, I don't think so.
I'm going to ask the patrons, you guys who are supporting the show at patreon.com/IAS, let me know on Twitter if you remember any Marvel movies that have a reluctant king/warrior character who tries to find out if he should, what part of the world he should be a part of, because that's a very difficult choice to make. I mean, it sounds like a totally original story, so it must have come from DC. So thanks to Joe, Michelle, Paul, Alan, Radford, and you guys who have watched the show for so long. Please go to patreon.com/IAS and drop us a message that way, or go to Twitter, and you can find me there at IAS and let me know. If you want to help support the show, go to patreon.com/IAS. Go there, because I am so tongue-tied. My brain is in knots. I can't remember where I've seen this before.
I believe, that Marvel guy might also not be the smartest guy in the world, too.
Sometimes, but he does appear to have a little bit. I don't believe anyone said that he had issues thinking.
No.
Thinking was the thing that was asked of him, and to kind of deal with emotional issues. But as for Arthur Curry, look, I'll be straight about this. I've read Aquaman comic books in the old days, back when I think Peter David took over the title. It's when Aquaman loses a hand, he gets a hook, he gets long hair. It's totally different vibe going on. I think Peter David had just left the Hulk to go to Aquaman or something similar. So I was following the writer, and I gave it a shot. And they made him someone to be a cool character. But Aquaman, in general, while the storylines can be interesting, I don't know if he can run a whole movie on his own. Based on the story we're seeing here, is an origin story of sorts. We're going to find out him as a child, flashbacks, and him taking his rightful place at the throne. That I think the Marvel movie we're alluding to was like number 17, and that's when they went with this. Not like, what are we going to do first? Well, we're going to put that guy, he's going to be frozen in the ice, and that one, he's going to have a suit, and that one, he's going to be a god. We'll just go with that. That's a good idea. This one, I don't know, man. I'm just... What are you thinking with the storyline as we've described it so far?
I'm thinking it's fairly derivative, but the only thing is, the director is the only thing that's saving me on this one. None of the actors, none of the plot so far. This trailer's definitely not helping. Mm-hmm. But he is awesome. I'm not going to lie. He's done some amazing stuff. We've been fans of him for a long time. I mean, God, some of our earliest stuff was talking about him, I believe.
He was one of the writers of Saw, and he was one of the. It's kind of hilarious to watch. If you haven't watched Saw, guys, with the director's commentary on, please do. James Wan and Lee Winnell go back and forth, and they're laughing their asses off, and it takes away a lot of the torturous scenes when you watch them, and just hearing about the story of how they made the movie. It's a really fun film when you watch it with the commentary. It's a fun film on its own. I think it's a very sharp, sharp for Saw. It's a very well-focused movie. There are some issues with it, I will say. And I met Lee Winnell once. I really should have thought about this, and I wanted to say this to him. And he even says in the commentary, though, Lee Winnell, the character in the movie when he plays, is the world's worst private detective as he's taking photos with the flash bulb on in a dark parking lot. Even him in the movie commentary is going, yeah, I guess I'm the worst at this. Why am I doing that? Why is that in the shot? Why is this happening? And it's great because they realized that. So James Wan was a writer on that. He was a producer on The Conjuring, director on the original Conjuring, producer on the untitled Annabelle project, was the producer on Annabelle, exec producer of a lot of the Saw movies, but he's got Aquaman, and that could be good, maybe.
I mean, yeah, he's done some good stuff. That's the only thing that's keeping me somewhat optimistic. The good thing is, as far as DC is concerned, I think this is going to absolutely suck. So when I see it, if it's any level above absolute suck, I'll probably think it's okay.
I don't know, man. Let's see. Let's take a look. The last 5 movies was Justice League, Suicide Squad, Batman vs. Superman. Oh, my bad. Wonder Woman, Batman vs. Superman, then Man of Steel. Those are the 5?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, so we've got 5 there. And
Wonder
Wonder
what's
Woman,
funny? In hindsight, now that I'm thinking about this, Man of Steel seems better when you put it in that list than it did when it was alone.
Yeah, that's...
Do you know what I mean? It makes it better.
It's probably the number 3 or number
Yeah.
2 movie in that list of movies we
Yeah.
decided to list off there. Not counting Lego movies or the Teen Titans Go movie or any of the properties where DC seems
Right.
like they're trying to do a lot of things.
Right.
I want to be hopeful. I think Jason Momoa's character, I don't know if this is Aquaman. I'm just going to get that out of the way. I'm tired or sick of this. Like, I'm going to compare this to comic book characters because I don't know what the hell they're showing us in these movies. Wonder Woman's the closest thing we have, and that was only in the movie Wonder Woman. In Justice League, she's kind of Wonder Woman, but kind of also like...
Different.
She's like, I don't know if I want to lead. Stop. Why is everybody so reluctant to lead? What is this about? Superman's like, I don't want to be here. I can't be here. Batman, I don't want to lead. What the hell? You got one that's built to be a warrior forever. One is a warrior king, and they have no ability to be leaders. Now, I guess this will be before Justice League because he's got to be the ruler of the place.
Well, no, but in Justice League, he's not the ruler, is he? Remember, in Justice League, they go down and Mira's talking to him in that air bubble.
Oh, okay,
That's the first time they met. So this has to be after Justice League.
Oh dear God, no! Why? Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess that makes sense because if that does make sense that he's not the king of the ocean yet, that because he didn't use anything cool in
Right.
Justice League because he
Right.
couldn't. He was too busy
Right.
being essentially. I mean, look, his character is somewhat Thor meets swimming Thor, right?
Yes.
At this point, because he's
Thor, underwater Thor.
well, when he's that's a totally different thing. I mean, like instead of
Yeah.
throwing a hammer and flying with it, you got a pitchfork and you swim with it. Just a different
Yeah.
viscosity. I'm not going to knock comic book stuff. This stuff is stupid in general.
Yeah.
I love comic books.
Yeah,
Some
you
of
just
them
gotta,
are
you gotta
really
suspend
dumb.
disbelief
Look,
and just go with it.
When I thought the CG was bad on the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man, I'm like, I believed a Spider-Man is swinging around. But then when the CG looks bad on Tobey Maguire, I'm like, that's not Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man, you idiot. That's me
Just go
talking
with
to
it.
me. All right, that's me. I did not have this conversation with somebody else. It was me just thinking, suspension of disbelief is possible. I'm just concerned about the storytelling with this movie.
Right.
I think horror movies can be a great thing. And James Wan's great at that. If this had a horror tinge to it, if there was some kind of beast that was taking out
Yeah.
a lot of small islands or something and is being controlled by his brother, now that would be really interesting. Now you got Aquaman trying to come back because people are dying here, or
Yeah.
small things, or maybe ships and something. And now you got to tame this beast, and that's going to require something like my alarm going off. That's going to require something like winning over the sea creatures or outpowering this person through the power of will. I've created a movie I want to see.
Yeah.
So there we go.
That sounds really good. I like that. That sounds better than what we were just watching.
It's more of a horror movie. You got this feel
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
impending doom and underwater. One of the things I would really love to see in these underwater scenes, which I know is very, very difficult, is that it can be black. It's dark.
Very.
I love the
yes.
way things are shot and with water. Like, oh yeah, look, you can see it perfectly clearly. It's like, can you? Like, this should be like one point of view from a human who's like just freaking out, and then we can see what Aquaman sees with his glowing eyes. And now we're like,
Right.
okay, this could be cool. Or maybe
Yeah.
he's at a disadvantage because he's half and half. Okay, so now I'm coming up with a whole bunch of stuff. This is off the top of my head. I watched the trailer this afternoon. I wrote my notes, and now I'm realizing, okay, I should be writing Aquaman.
Yeah. Apparently, this sounds excellent.
This version of Aquaman needs to be. He doesn't need to be funny. All right, and I get the idea to move to quippy. Marvel did it. He doesn't need to be stupid. He doesn't need to be. I just want characters to be sincere. Just.
My
whatever-
issue is not every character in Marvel is quippy.
Name one. And
Well,
don't say Groot, because even he's quippy.
Yeah, Groot was quippy. But I was going to say, okay, we have different levels of quippy.
Yes.
Captain America doesn't mean to be as quippy as he ends up being.
He's the least intentionally quippy.
Yeah.
Spider-Man intentionally, I think the most intentionally quippy, and RDJ, Vision. I guess Vision. You're right. Vision is unintentionally funny,
Right.
but that's not
I'm
the
saying
same.
it seems like DC's trying to scramble and make everybody quippy.
Black Panther is not quippy.
That is true. But he was when he's talking to, I can't remember her name, the girl he likes.
Oh, when he's trying to flirt with oh
He
my
can
gosh,
be.
it's not a
Yeah, I can't remember her name. Terrible. I'm
No.
so sorry.
It begins with a letter of the alphabet. I'll remember this soon, or I'll look it up.
It's all good.
Yeah, but
It's all good. But
yeah,
you all know what I'm talking about.
when he was with Nokia.
Nice.
So
Well
I'm
done.
like, it's like that phone, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like the phone, the old school.
So anyway, I think that Aquaman, based on the trailer, doesn't look good. I think Suicide Squad looked amazing based on the trailer, but I also thought it looked like a hot mess when I was looking. I'm like, if this is what they put in the trailer, this thing is fudged.
I do have to say, one of the best trailers they ever did, DC, was Suicide Squad, because it made me really want to see the movie.
Hey, I think Batman vs. Superman had a good trailer. It's like, hey, I want to see this. They also had a title that didn't exactly fit the movie, like Godzilla, which also still irritates me to this day, where there's 14 minutes of Godzilla in Godzilla.
Yes.
What are you watching? Godzilla. Where is he? He's not here.
Yeah.
How long is this movie? About 2 hours?
At least they figured it out in King Kong. They put more King Kong.
King Kong. Here's some remnants of King Kong's parents. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right, so I don't want to judge this entirely on the trailer. I'm hopeful for James Wan being able to make this into something.
It's going to be tough December release, though. That's a tough place to be. You have a lot of competition in December.
Well, they don't have... I don't believe there's any Marvel movies hanging around that time period.
No.
There's no Star Wars this year, I don't believe, that year.
You are correct.
So next year is that time period. I believe Aquaman was originally scheduled for October 5th of all days, and that got taken by Venom, which is also something to talk about.
That's a whole different thing. Yeah, let's not get into that.
Not right now, anyway. So for this episode, I think we're going to get out of here. If you guys are interested in watching Aquaman, tell us why. Or tell us in the comments. Find us on Twitter. Find us on the subway. Or at least me on the subway. Finding Rob on the subway is going to be very hard. But I'm really curious. Like, I want these things to be good. I don't think people understand this when we talk about these movies, and I seem really riled up about this. I don't want them to be exactly like the books. They don't have to be. I would love to watch injustice actually play out. And they said, look, Superman's evil. And this thing you're watching, he killed Lois Lane. He killed his unborn baby. And then he killed the Joker for doing this. Go for it. That's absurd. It's dark. It's miserable. And it's nothing like what the other guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Would have loved to see that. But they didn't do that. They're going with this right the ship kind of concept. Aquaman again, I guess a pun there. But I don't know if they can do it. I'm hoping that, because if James Wan had enough control over this, it'd be great. If it's like the Joss Whedon fixing up of things, that could be a little disastrous. I think Wan was attached to this from the beginning, so it should be end to end Wan.
Yeah, at least this is one person's vision from beginning to end, not like Justice League where we had two visions smushed together that didn't quite work.
Okay, with that, you should check out our show at killingtime.tv or on YouTube. We have new episodes there. So if you subscribe, you'll know when our episodes come out, because they're a little bit screwy on schedule. We'll have or by now there might already be the Iron Fist review, because I don't know when this episode's coming out. So, or you just decided to watch this out of order. I don't know. So that's enough from us, I think.
Yeah, go watch some other stuff.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later.